What's going on, wrestling fans? It is I, Steve Paul, and welcome to 10 Count. On today's edition, we are talking to one of my favorite rising superstars in professional wrestling. It's Jazzy Yang. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. It stopped raining for about 2 seconds where I live right now. So we have time. The electricity is not going to go out. No lightning, no thunder, just you and me talking about your wrestling career. And if nobody knows, you are the daughter of Jimmy Wang Yang himself. Now, what is that upbringing like? Because as a second generation wrestler like yourself, are you getting into wrestling at a young age? Are you watching it? Do you even care what your dad does for work?
Okay, so when I was younger, I was always around it and I always loved the divas, but like for me, I could not watch my dad like get beat up. Like
Mm.
it would scare me to death. And then once I had an opportunity to go to Japan and debut and wrestle with him, and like after that, I like fell in love with it. Like that was my like click moment where I decided I wanted to do wrestling. And then like since I was that was when I was 15. So from then to like now, my dad just talks about wrestling. Like we talk about it all the time. So
That's awesome. Good bonding moments. So, as a child, though,
yeah.
is your father bringing home any of these strange characters and you're just going through the living room trying to get, a juice box or a snack, and there's someone sitting on your couch being like, oh my God, what's so and so doing here?
He used to be friends with a lot of people. I used to be scared of a lot of them. Like Boogeyman, I'm deathly terrified of him. Like he was in my nightmares. I was actually scared of CM Punk because
Wow.
he shaved Serena Deeb's hair, and like me as a child, like that was like my biggest fear as like a girl. So I was always scared of him. I would hide behind my dad every time we talked to him. But like the divas, like Mickey James, they were always so nice to me. Like they would watch me in the back, like while my dad would go out. So
Wow.
that's pretty cool. And then actually, Mark Henry lived in Cincinnati, like this, in when we were there. So we would hang out with them sometimes. We'd go to Dave and Buster's and stuff, and me and Mark Henry's son would hang out a lot.
Wow. So, Mickey
So
James
yeah.
technically was your babysitter while you were backstage?
Yeah, basically.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Some little boys would be like, "Oh my God, Mickey James is my
Yeah.
my babysitter," in a different way altogether, but that's a different story. But yet you are performing Pro Wrestling Noah is coming up, huge event, July 15th. This is sold out. Now that's what's crazy. I love it so much because wrestling, it doesn't matter what company you work for, I support all. And Pro Wrestling Noah has been doing amazing work for so long now. And now you're involved again, July 15th, sold out event. You're in a huge tag team match. And if you want to watch it, Wrestle Universe with English commentary, it's there for you if you need it. One Night Dream is the name we are going by for this event. Is this the biggest event of your career as at this point in time? Because if you look at the matches you've had, I don't think you've had more than what, 50?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So probably yes. I mean, I've had like big ones before, but it was just like my debut was in Japan, and that one was called Tokyo Dream. So that was where my debut was, and then I Empower was pretty big too. And now Noah being like a woman match on that card is even bigger because they don't have women on the card that much. And I'm pretty sure I'm the first Gaijin woman to be on that card, so that's pretty cool too.
Wow. So you're breaking records here, huh? You're making some history.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
That's amazing. What does that mean to you? Because again, that's huge to think that you're the first to come in here and be part of this historic event. Again, it is Pro Wrestling Noah, July 15th, sold out event. And so if you want to watch, you got to go on Wrestle Universe right now if you want to check it out. But what does this mean to you though? Because again, this is a huge opportunity for you, more eyeballs on Jazzy.
It's pretty crazy. Um, I know I'm gonna love it. I love Japan. I feel like my whole life like revolves around like it keeps coming back to Japan. Like when I was born, my dad was in Japan, and like I was like 2 weeks early, like by chance, and he was in Japan. Then my debut was in Japan, where I decided I wanted to be a wrestler, and now I get to come back after COVID and everything and have a big debut. And hopefully, this will lead on to other stuff. So it means a lot to me.
Of course. And now you mentioned Empower. Now that was a huge event for NWA, and I love me some Billy Corgan. And there hasn't been an Empower since the first one. And every time I talk to Billy or
Yeah.
Camille or Natalia Markova, really anyone I talk to from NWA and I ask about it, it usually causes controversy. So we're gonna tread lightly here. What was your experience like on Empower, the first one? Because everyone loved it so much. People still want it again, but just like the WWE had Evolution in all women's pay-per-view, we haven't seen one since then. Is there a pattern here, or is we just not doing this right? But anyways, I don't want to get you in trouble. Let's keep that
Yeah.
away. Let's
I
keep that
mean,
away.
I thought it was a
What was
good
your experience
idea.
like on the first one?
It was crazy and it was fun. Like this was like my first introduction to like a bunch of other women around the world. Like, cause in like the little bubble of like indie wrestling, you don't get to see everybody from like other spots in the country or wherever. So like getting to meet everybody was pretty cool. And I got to meet a lot of people that I didn't even know them, but I found out who they were later and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then like everybody, even at the end of the show, like every match, like everyone was coming back and like the dudes were like all like clapping. Everybody was happy for each other. And it seems like all around great event. Like everyone was happy for everybody. And like I think they should do it again, but
As do I. As do I. I think a lot of people want it to happen again, but there seems to be some sort. I guess what?
yeah,
It's not my
it
money.
was company. I think it's because it was like companies working together, and that doesn't always
It does not.
work.
I'll speak so you don't get in trouble. But yes,
Yeah.
you're 100% right. And now hopefully no one's I'm saying I am interrupting you or mansplaining you at all because I just want to make
That's
sure
okay.
and clarify. I'm trying not to get Jazzy in headlines that says she said something negative about Empower or why there isn't one. But in reality, I think it's just a money thing where you
Yeah.
brought up a good point. You have many people from different companies involved. Well, now these companies are growing at extreme rates, so it's kind of hard to pull up this event using AEW people, Impact people,
Yeah.
because what if they get hurt at this event for NWA Empower? Well, then now they can't
Yeah.
be used on their programming. It kind of hurts ratings, the bottom line, all that good stuff. So we didn't say anything controversial yet.
Any press is good press.
Oh,
Just
okay.
kidding.
So what's
I'm
your thought?
kidding. I'm
So,
kidding. I'm
to say,
kidding.
so what's your thoughts on why there isn't a second one?
I hope there's another one too, but I know it's because of business stuff. So like, or I don't know, but that's what I think. Like, it's all because of business stuff, and it makes sense. But
Yes, smart.
kind of sucks.
It does. It does because if you look at around, Maria Kanellis has her own women's federation. I know Defy just announced, as we're talking right now, about like 10 minutes ago, that they're opening an all women's show for their programming. So right there and there. So I don't know if Thunder Rosa has one too. So it's not like it's out of the realm of possibilities to pull off an all women's event because there are actual federations. Shimmer, another one, perfect example.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's impossible. Stardom, obviously, as well. So there's many, 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 many companies that you could work for. And is there an opportunity you think out there to come on in? Because I know when you first started your career, you were in a lot of tag team matches with your dad, and that's great. That obviously helped you get your feet wet. But now it's kind of your own situation where if you're not gonna swim, you're gonna sink.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you
Wait.
think
So what do
all
I think?
so all these companies coming
Ugh.
together though, having an Empower is one thing, but have you talked to Marie Kanellis or other talent of coming in to work for these tapings, even WoW, Women's World of Wrestling?
Yeah. I've talked to Thunder Rosa a lot because I go back and forth. Like I go to San Antonio a lot for Hybrid School of Wrestling, so she's always there and she always gives me pointers. And I think Mission Pro is starting back up more, so like I'm thinking about going there sometime. So that'll be fun. And I actually did a all women show in Georgia for Southern Fried Championship Wrestling,
Mm.
and it was like a tournament, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, it's getting more and more. It might start little, but I feel like it's growing the more time goes on.
Yeah, no, I think women's wrestling is on the forefront. I brought my 6-year-old child, a girl, to a wrestling event, and she wasn't asking about where is Damian Priest or where's Kenny
Yeah.
Omega. She was asking, where are the women? Where's Becky
Yeah.
Lynch? Where's Jade Gargano? She's asking for the women wrestlers, and I think there needs to be more added to matches. When you look at a card and there's 8 matches and only one is for women, or maybe 2 out of 8,
Yeah.
it seems a bit strange. But I guess if you look at
Yeah.
the demographics, the numbers might prove how there are more male viewers than there are female, but I don't think that's even true because there
Yeah.
has
I like NXT a lot. Like that's my favorite show right now because I feel like they showcase the women a lot more on there.
Yeah.
And all the women on there like freak athletes, like they're doing great. They're like killing it. So I love to watch NXT every week.
So there you go. So
Like, yeah.
we have proved the point that there are women fans out there who want to watch more women's wrestling. But now you're a second generation superstar, a wrestler. So is there pressure you think on you to kind of overachieve, like be better than your father, or is that just the thing we see in wrestling where it has happened in the past, but now it's a different story altogether?
Yeah, I feel like there's pressure definitely, especially to get the moonsault or hit Yang time. And I'm scared of heights, so it's we're
Oh,
working on that. But I feel like the pressure is more like the wrestlers around like because like we are gonna get more opportunities like a little bit easier because we have connections, but it's like not shit in the bed when you get them or making sure people know that like you are do deserve the opportunities. I feel like that's where the pressure is kind of on it. But yeah, that's where more of the pressure is. But at the end of the day, as long as you don't crap the bed. It's okay. But people are gonna be mad either way, so you kind of just have to ignore the haters, I guess, and keep going.
yeah, there's a lot of haters out there. Don't always look on Twitter. uh,
Yeah, don't ever look on Twitter
yeah, if you want someone to say something positive about you, it's gonna be hard in the YouTube
or Reddit.
comments or Reddit
Don't look
or
at Reddit.
Twitter. Really, just go out there and do your job. And
The internet isn't real.
if the checks are clearing, then you're doing
Yeah.
something right. Right?
If yeah, well, we're in pro wrestling, so if they hate you, that's good. So
Right. Yeah, you get beat up for more money next time versus showing. If there's no reaction, then it's not going to work out. Booing or
yeah.
cheering, I guess, is a better thing than who's this? What's going on? I'm going to the
Yeah.
bathroom. Yeah, we don't want that reaction though. But though Pro Wrestling Noah again, July 15th, sold out event, huge tag team match for you. Wrestle Universe is where you can go for English commentary, and I think that's the thing with even Pro Wrestling Noah or even New Japan or all these federations from around the world. You know, I understand you getting punched in the face. I understand you getting kicked. I don't need commentary to tell me these things. But do you think companies like Pro Wrestling Noah or even New Japan to make a bigger mark in America, they need, I guess, to cross over somehow and maybe streaming or maybe just supplying more content on the internet? Like, what do you think needs to happen to bring these companies closer to the AEWs, the Impacts, the WWEs?
I think really just bringing engaging talent is probably a big part of that. Like people in America that people know to get them to the product, and then they can watch it from there and decide if they like it there. And then also probably like I guess streaming it on networks that America can see. But the English commentary is really good because that reaches out to more people. So I think that's gonna work. But yeah, I think just bringing like guiding talent for like to get the eyeballs there and then keep them with the other wrestling.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's what we need to do, but we'll see how it goes down.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this event, and I know you're excited too because you have so much going on right now. You mentioned NXT. I feel like NXT would be the perfect fit for someone like you at the Performance Center. Has there been WWE tryouts? Because it feels like with your father, well, he can make a phone call and things might move faster for you.
No, I haven't had a trial yet. My dad, I want to make sure I'm like 100% ready because first impressions are everything. So I just want to hone my craft right now. And I really love Japan. I love traveling the world, so I kind of want to travel the world and see what other countries have to offer at the same time.
Oh, and then Ring of Honor is another company again that used to kind of channel in AEW Dark and Evolution, and now those have gone away. And Ring of Honor, I feel like, is that opportunity for new talent like yourself to come in the door.
Yeah.
You'll lose to Athena or things like that, but yet you're getting screen time. Has there been discussions on that as well?
Not really. I don't think I'm really fond of the idea of getting like squashed on there, but I don't know. If they pay me good, maybe.
Ah, yes. Again, if the checks are clearing, but all in all, I am very excited for this event. Again, like I said, one Night Dream, July 15th, Wrestle Universe, Jazzy Yang. It has been a pleasure talking to you because I know your
You too.
father is going to give me a moonsault if I didn't do a good job here today. So I hopefully we did what we were supposed to do. Promote you, talk about you, get this event out
Yeah,
there because Pro Wrestling Noah is a great company and I've worked with them in the past before with other interviews and I feel like this might be the best one for them. This might be the best
yeah.
interview I've ever done for them. So
And shout out to Nozawa because he's the one who really like helped me get to Japan. Like he helped me with my debut. He brought me out there, and he's the one who contacted me about Noah. He's helped me out a lot to get to Japan. So shout out to him.
a shout out, and of course, shout out to CM Punk for giving you nightmares
Oh yeah,
as a child. I think that's hilarious too because you think of people who give nightmares: Undertaker, maybe
yeah,
Kane, Boogeyman. You mentioned CM
yeah. He was the
Punk
nicest guy
shaving
ever.
Serena Deeb's head. I think
Yeah.
that is the best part about this story. I feel like after everything I learned about you today, the fact that you were afraid of CM Punk makes me go, hmm, that's interesting. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I don't know. As a little girl, your hair means like everything to you. So like to see that happen.
I
Uh,
bet. Yeah, if I threatened to shave my daughter's head, I think she'd be a little upset too. So,
yeah.
but all in all, it's been a pleasure talking to you today, Jazzy Yang, right here on 10 Count. I'm Steve Fall. She's Jazzy Yang. Check it out July 15th. Again, Pro Wrestling Noah, huge tag team match. I'm pumped. You're pumped. We're all pumped. Have a great day, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.